Hello and welcome to Critical Questions, the antidote to lockdown boredom. I've trawled the internet for the best, worst, most interesting and ridiculous dumb questions I can find. And with any luck, my guests will be able to answer all of them. And who's got their sound on?
That was my phone deciding that it wanted to play my alarm.
Excellent timing.
So totally not me.
Totally not you. Oh. Hello, how is everybody doing? Have you had a fun morning? I'm
sad that you messed up the punctuation on Dave's not here, but I'll forgive you because remember.
Where would you like the punctuation?
It's an apostrophe S. It's Dave is not here.
Happy?
Sorry. I am so happy. Yes.
English, Dave. What the fuck?
Oh, apostrophes and me don't get on.
You were out,
it's fine. You tried.
Fucking Americans, uh-huh.
They can all go.
Now who's using improper English, asshole? No.
I never pretended to be proper English. I was born a Scouser. I can't fucking speak English.
Oh, what now?
You know,
Scouser.
Hey, what you talking about?
who?
Hey?
Scouser.
Yeah,
From Liverpool.
You can keep saying it. It's not going to make.
It doesn't mean we know what the fuck it is. Right.
It sounds dirty, whatever it is.
Because they won the fucking
That
league
man is
yesterday,
totally
I
a
don't know.
Scouser.
Oh my god, we have fucking fireworks and rockets going off here.
Woohoo! Party!
Apparently they trashed the town.
Yeah, I heard them. Apparently they rioted and it cost £1 million worth of improvements.
That sounds like Georgia.
Excuse me. Right. Hello. Today we have got with us.
Hello.
We have got with us motherfucking Dave. B Dave. Sore bum Dave.
Very sore.
Very sore. What? Why is it sore? It's something sexual, isn't it? No, it's not. I think it's something sexual.
Hey,
It's always
ball
sexual.
popping can be very, very, very traumatic.
Oh.
Yeah.
I have a friend that had that happen, so yes.
One day we might actually let you live that down. Who the fuck am I kidding?
I think
No, we're not.
the
No,
moment we
we're
start
not.
bringing it up, He'll
not
get
going
worried
away.
about us. Again, the moment we stop bringing it up, he'll be worried about us.
We've also got Dave's not here.
Man, Dave's not here, man.
Apparently the Lone Wanderer has a problem with motherfucking Dave. Apparently it should be mother space fucking Dave.
Depends on who you ask.
I don't know who's mother.
Just think of Manda as Samuel L. Jackson for close your eyes and think of Samuel L. Jackson. It works.
Hold on. There you go.
Yeah. There you go. See?
I love that, man.
Say what again?
Say what again? That is my son's favorite fucking movie, by the way. So.
I love that. I love that movie.
Isn't that movie an 18?
What?
Isn't that movie an 18?
Yeah,
What the
there's
fuck
a
is
different
18?
rating. There's a different
Well, do you
rating system in the United States.
It's rated R
so-
technically, but do you think that I would not share something with Angel because he's only 16? He's been watching this shit since he was fucking 12.
I do constantly want to ask customers, English motherfucker, do you speak it? I will admit that.
That's I'll also say that line is also brilliantly used in a TV series, The Wire, as well.
I need to watch The Wire because the podcast that I watch references that so fucking much.
Seraphim, you definitely need to see The Wire. And in fact, we don't know when, but I think somewhere in the future, when we can get Chris available again, myself and Amanda and Chris are going to be doing that for one of her TV times at some point in the future, but we just don't know when yet.
Well, with my surgery coming up, I can just rewatch the whole thing again. I can do that after, so.
Yeah.
But don't binge watch it. It's just, it's just a suggestion, Sarah. If you're going to watch it, don't binge watch it.
I binge watch all the things. So
yeah, I do.
I
too.
would say to you,
it's not a show to binge watch.
I absolutely did binge watch it, but I think The Wire is one of those shows you either really, really get into it or you don't get it at all. It's one of those. It's kind of one of them shows. But yeah, I think it's a great social commentary on America, quite frankly.
Right.
Well, the podcast that I watched references it a lot, and a lot of the stuff that it mentions it sounds amazing, and I'm like, I should watch this, and then I forget what
Anyway, sorry. Anyway, Dave's got to introduce me yet, hasn't he?
I know, I'm trying to, but you keep talking.
No.
Right.
We've also got with us. I can't let you do that, Dave.
I can't let you do that, Dave. Dave, you look stressed. Take a chill pill.
Never. Right.
Dave's already taking all the pills.
All the fucking pills.
Moving on.
Apparently, MathPig's doing a runner with Ed later.
What?
Sorry.
Apparently, MathPig is doing a runner with Ed later.
What time, MathPig?
No, he's helping him with something.
Yeah,
You want to get on with the questions and you bring shit up from the chat. This is your fucking fault, Dave.
Don't blame me.
Yeah,
Right.
Dave.
Blame us, Dave.
Question, highly relevant.
We'll do the plugging shit at the end,
The
sure.
bouncing, Dave.
Bouncing. Right.
The noises.
Question 815. Would you rather live in a world without deodorant or a world without painkillers?
That's an easy one.
Fucking easy one for me. I'm sorry.
You smell that bad?
No, I need fucking painkillers a lot.
3 people.
I'll take a few people being offended by my body odor. You know, just so
The
if
thing
I can
about
sit
it
down
is-
for more than half an hour without fucking hurting.
Everyone will be used to it, so it really won't be that bad if you're without deodorant. Now, without painkillers, you don't really get used to that shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say from the my experience of having a infected kidney and then losing it and everything.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have survived that without painkillers. Literally, it was the most intense. I would rather have 10 labors back to back, separate labors, and have 10 children in a row than go through that shit again. And I literally would not have survived it if it wasn't for painkillers. So, I'd rather stick.
Thing is, you can always wash even if you got deodorant. You still that still implies you still got things like soap where you can wash in those sort of areas.
Oh, you're supposed to wash that? What? Kidding.
It helps. I'll give you some tips at some time.
That natural aroma.
Thanks, yeah.
It's like those little things Andy Kaufman used to do for like helpful hints to people in the South in America. When he used to hold this in. This is called a bar of soap. And say it with me, soap, not soap, not soap. That was the Southern accent sort of thing, and they go soap.
It's okay. It's not like Sarah and I live in fucking Georgia, Jeff. Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait,
Who goes out of their way all the time to
Yes,
say I'm not from the South?
From here. But Sarah is, so I'm not saying.
Yeah, she should feel bad for
Poor
me.
thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Hey,
says,
Dave!
what?
We should do some questions because I think that's why we're here.
Yeah,
We are doing some. We're in the middle of
We're
one.
actually doing a question.
Answer it then.
Really?
Right. Ike says deodorant.
Really-
Aunt Jer says deodorant. Art says it's a no-brainer. Ike says I can smoke weed for pain. I can't smoke it if you reek. Jones says
You could.
Jones says without deodorant because you can wash multiple times a day. Aunt Jer says just wash your pits. You can't wash away pain. The Lone Wanderer said whores bathe, pits and pussies. Ricardo says painkillers.
Yeah. By the way, are we going to class pot as a painkiller for this?
I was thinking that. I think we have to.
It has got an analgesic effect, so I think it should be classed.
James says baby powder aftershave.
Not considered a painkiller in my state, so.
Well, yeah, well.
Isn't mine.
So, Beth.
Manda, I can't take no high ground because we're even more backwards on that issue in the United States. So.
Yeah, I know.
It's why we never smoke it here, isn't it, Jeff and MathPig?
What's this? Dave, what do you mean?
It's evil.
Dave, what do you mean by we?
Made by the devil.
What do you mean by we don't?
Why they call it the devil's lettuce?
Yeah. The devil.
Because you're meant to sniff it off the devil's doorbell.
By the way, this is the devil's milk. By the way.
What the? Okay. Stop fucking drinking that shit, dude. Seriously, I'm Dutch and I fucking hate that shit myself. I'm drinking Heineken.
No, apparently Monster energy drinks are like the devil's milk or something because the 3 slashes.
Oh, that video! Where she explains it is just. I just want to shoot myself.
Alcohol in general. I make this is a callback to the previous.
I know people that believe that shit, Dave.
I had a lot of fun doing those. I had a lot of fun doing those Big Lebowski quotes until he fucked off.
Yeah, he got.
Who did you scare off?
Probably after 104, but he kept saying he wasn't. So
he was going by the name of Donnie something. So every time he said something stupid in the chat, I started doing Walter from the Big Lebowski.
That sounds like an asshole 104 number, a name.
Why is the chat doing names for weed?
And by the way, the initials for that person was DD.
Yeah.
DD, yeah.
So
draw your own conclusions.
Yeah.
Beth!
Right, Sarah, did you answer?
Beth hasn't. Trying to get Beth's answer.
Oh, I thought she answered.
No!
I already answered.
What did you pick?
Before Jeff went on a tangent.
Fucking pay attention.
I already.
What was your answer?
I did.
Fuck your couch. That was her answer.
I said that if I didn't have painkillers when I had the whole kidney thing going on.
Oh, you did. I remember now.
Would have died from
I
the
know.
pain.
Shut up now. I know.
Yes,
I know what you said
literally.
now.
Yeah. Rock on. And
Sarah.
yes, back in 2005 when I dealt with that, I smoked a lot of pot and it did help me. So, carry on.
Sarah.
I would go with no deodorant because again, you'll get used to the stench. It'll be fine. And also, tits and ass.
Thank you, Sarah. I need clarification on that.
I'm here to help.
So did MathPig answer or not? I can't remember.
Not yet.
No, not yet. He's the quiet type.
I'm
Considered.
I'm very shy.
That's cute. I like that.
It says something about the rest of us where MathPig's the quiet guy in the room.
I just wait and let everyone finish. But well, considering the deodorant and antiperspirant are definitely not the same thing, I'll do without deodorant and just have the.
In the context of the question, it includes antiperspirant.
No, you're just changing that now. You can't.
No.
See, if you didn't bring it up, he wouldn't have thought that. Like,
No, I'd already thought that.
Well,
I'm been hard about changing the question, but I didn't want to. I mean, didn't want to make it longer.
I'll let Dave have that on the grounds that we did clarify his pot class as a painkiller, and he was willing to say it. So I think we should let Dave have that one.
I said thank you. You're so kind.
I know. You really
I
so sweet.
I sweat an awful lot, like I do. It's one of the things that runs down through my father's side of the family. As discussed before, I went to go and get it stopped with surgery. And saying that though, when I get a migraine, I don't use painkillers a lot, but when I get a fucking migraine, it is not to diminish anyone here that has pain, but fucking hell, I just want to die.
Have you tried magic mushrooms?
No.
Try magic mushrooms.
Shrooms.
I hope you're not advocating illegal substances on.
Say again? Magic mushrooms. I've never had them.
You're not getting the right stuff. Then that's all I'll say.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, if they make you sleepy, you're not getting the right.
It came from a fucking I'm not gonna finish that sentence because it's gonna make it look bad.
Her son provided them.
Just I know what you're gonna say.
I confiscated them for my son and then decided to try them for myself.
So he got shit stuff.
Yes, he did. So I told him.
Mandy,
he was pissed off, and he looked at me and was like, "Did you fucking take my shit, Mom?" And I'm like, "Oh."
Mandy, you said you were Dutch. You do realise there's certain shops in Holland you can go in where they sell them, right?
I did not. It's okay.
It's not just the pot. There's certain shops where you can buy that over the counter as well.
Yeah, not so much now though, Dave. Jeff. They've changed that there a wee bit now. I was actually there for the whole square was full in Amsterdam for the protest against them changing the rules and stuff. It was you can't just walk in there as handy as you could. Like.
Oh, that was several years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was about the thing that they changed a lot of the rules around having these coffee shops that within a certain parameter of a school. A lot of them had to shut down.
No. The one I'm talking about was specifically about magic mushrooms.
Yeah, there's still a couple of places that I know of in Amsterdam that you can buy them at the counter.
But are you meant to be able to buy them is the question.
You're not technically supposed to be buying pot there. It's more tolerated. It's not legal as such. It's just tolerated to a degree.
The cops are stoned, you mean?
No, generally meaning you can sit there in the old coffee shop and smoke one, right? But yeah, you try walking down the street with one, you could have a problem. That's all I'm saying.
A lot of people do, though. You walk up and down the street.
Oh yeah,
a lot of people do.
Oh, I'm sure. Like in somewhere like Amsterdam, the cops have got enough blooming problems to better things to do than pull people up for smoking a joint in the street. But maybe you go out a bit further. Further, somewhere like, say, I don't know, Utrecht or something, it could be a bit different for you.
Right, next question, I think.
Neither of us answered, not that our...
And by the way,
yes, you did! You answered first, and you spoke for me!
By the way, to answer your question, shit.
Sorry, dude. Was I wrong, though?
Apparently we're all on painkillers and we forgot about it. That's all it is to it.
No, we're all on shrooms.
I'm sorry, I can't feel anything. What?
That too. Painkillers and shrooms and weed.
No, we're all on shrooms, and we're just going to see where this stream takes us.
That would be pretty funny.
Truffles taste more gross than magic mushrooms. What's the advantage of truffles? Why?
That's what you
They're
can
expensive?
buy. That's what you can buy over the counter in. Yeah.
Are truffles magic?
No. They're just expensive food ingredient.
Seraphim, you need to educate you on the certain kind of truffles we're talking about.
Oh, I'm not. I'm in the US. I'm sorry. That means I'm ignorant.
Okay.
Right. Next question.
Right.
Question 816. What is the most innocent search term you have used that has resulted in porn?
Critical questions.
How has critical questions resulted in porn?
Fan fiction.
Not even true.
Hold on. Fan fiction, and there's you should see some. You've got to remember some of the conversations we have on here at times.
None of our conversations have ever been pornographic. We have strictly innocent conversations.
Are you saying that we're innocent?
Have you been on your own show yet, or
I drift in and out. I don't pay attention.
Dave, let's put it this way: if you ever make
painkillers.
What'd you say, Amanda?
I said we know it.
Yeah, like
honestly,
B answer the question. B answer the question.
It's not like I'm always fully here anyway myself. So I get a little distracted. I'm not gonna lie.
Grumpy old dude says peaches. Lone Wonder says I mistyped Hotmail, and there were Hotmails, but it was in the school library. Art says
Oh, baby.
Go on.
It's not really a like search term, but just funny little thing. Based upon shall we say we used to have a local cab firm here where I lived that had a very distinct number. However, if you had to be very careful because you misdialed like something in the preceding number, you got a very different kind of phone line altogether. And let's just say when a cat...
Is that one of the... 69!
That's the one. That's the one. That was it. It was a cab company that had the 696969. Yeah.
Apparently, for my
one
work,
of the preceding numbers wrong, you got a very different kind of phone line.
For my work, someone got the phone number that was 1 digit off from our corporate number. So if you call that, it goes to a sex line. And we actually overnight had to call the line to confirm it so we could report it.
I thought that was your extension.
It may as well be, apparently, because, apparently people like my voice. Wrong type of hotline, please. Wrong type of hotline.
I was going to say, if you phone up and you are expecting a sex line and you answer, you're not going to believe that it's not.
I mean, I do ask how I can help people, so it might be what they're thinking, like, wow, now that you mention it.
Can I help you?
Ike says...
I mean, I can do the southern accent if you want me to.
Need Badger here.
No, I'm not Badger, I'm good.
Ike says, extracting an ingrowing groin hair. Art says, nasty Thai hookers. Is that the most innocent thing you've ever searched for?
Sammy says...
No.
Are you surprised that you would get something like nude if you put that blooming term into Google?
I don't know. I'll have to check. I'll be researching all these later.
Let's do some
research.
Dave, we'll do some research and compare notes, okay?
Okay. Sammy says Boomer pops his big purple ball. Spooky says Dave's exploding blue ball. It's not blue, it's purple. Ed says Peaches brings up lots of stuff that ain't peaches. Nerdy says boom. Starkey says I was once looking to breed my horses, so I typed in studs in California. Yeah, that's what you were looking for.
How about googling climate scientist invite someone to suck her dick?
I'm wearing the shirt today.
Yeah, I noticed.
I noticed that.
I was gonna say mine was what was it? Bleaching coral reefs. I don't know how that happened. I have no fucking clue. I was looking up something for a paper I was writing, and yeah, it came up with it wasn't like the first thing that came up, obviously, but it was in there. Weird. I think it must have just been the word bleaching, maybe.
Joan says, I think it was sexy Gargamel. Why are you such a sexy Gargamel?
I was trying to help my mom.
I think some kind of doll she had in the title. It's a bit.
Never mind.
Yeah. So I think if you put the word sexy in the title, it's not really that innocent of a search.
No.
Might be. You're looking for a sexy car. You're not expecting hot bodies back. Sarah.
I'm sorry. I was helping my mom look for some doll that she had when she was little, and her description of the doll was Granny doll. So much porn.
Yeah. Nerdy, I tried searching for Smurfette and got some interesting images. Starkey says I retyped stallions and it got worse.
I know you can't share this. I know you can't share this, Dave, but I put something in the back room there. Talk about something that sounds.
No, I can't even see it, unfortunately.
Okay.
I don't either.
No,
I can't make it big. It will go over my face.
Big.
Lone Wanderer says someone made a sex chat up line 1 digit off the Obamacare line. Speaking of which, you can make the anagram number 1-800 fuck you from the Obama number. The Obamacare number, okay. For some reason that I obviously don't know which, my Google will have porn after result page 5 or 6. Well, always, regardless of what you search for. I think they're personalising your results. MathPig says fanfiction god. Who's that to? Is that what you search for?
Said in the chat, what happens if you search for Manda and MathPig? And I was like, probably fanfiction.
I mean, there is Bible fanfiction, oddly enough.
Isn't that? Never mind.
I sent it to you. I sent it to you. I sent it to Man today for the picture.
Why would they do that? They have to know. They have to know that is. And I want to know if they've got one.
Wait,
I
what?
want.
One what?
Hold on,
A glory
Seraphim,
hole.
hold on.
Antjer says, I was looking for knitting patterns by knitwear designs called French Girl Knits. The French girl tag turned up, not the knitwear designs.
Yeah, Seraphim.
Oh, I see. Nerdy says, I tried searching for MathPig fanfiction and I couldn't believe my eyes. They won't give me access to that stream.
There's a stream?
Don't cross the stream.
Manda runs it.
Yeah, no.
Wait, what?
Should be no streams crossing in any situation.
Yeah, don't cross the stream.
What the fuck did I do?
What,
Did
you're
you
running
cross the stream?
You're running your private stream with MathPig. You stream it to a private channel on YouTube, but you won't give me the URL.
Dave! What the fuck?
I wasn't given the link either, so I feel left out.
I know. I think it's very rude of them.
It's fucking, you're ruining the surprise, man. Now I'm gonna have to split the royalties with her.
What you mean she didn't know, but I thought she was running it.
What do you think was earning that shit, yo? Split the royalties, honey. Honey. I got the tips, okay?
No, those are her royalties. She might give you a stipend.
Ike says innocent.
Half money, all the pussy. I don't know why you guys aren't listening to me.
No, all the money, sometimes pussy. Unless they're
I like that, Sarah.
Ike says innocent young me searched breast cancer and was stunned. An awful lot of topless people when you search for breast cancer.
Not
That
anymore.
seems-
There's not.
There is. Because that seems to be every they've lost their imagination for how to earn money. so most people take their tops
How
off.
they earn money the entire time. Save the tatas.
Wait a minute.
Boobs
Wait a
have
minute.
good.
There's topless women?
There's topless
Yeah.
women
Where? No, I'm kidding.
on the internet.
On the internet.
Everywhere, honey.
No shit.
Everywhere.
Sammy
Hey,
says,
that's a good way to get a date. Think about it. You already know what their tits look like. You already know they have nice tits. So, I'm
I've
gonna
tried
start
that.
trolling breast cancer sites for a date.
I was
Oh, I
so
haven't looked on breast cancer tests. I've tried the tits thing and it didn't work out.
I was so innocent about all this stuff till I met you. Like I really was.
Oh
We
god,
looked at
yeah.
the question is, are you worse off for it?
Oh, I think I know. I think I am psychologically damaged for it. Yes.
But we still love you.
Yeah, but does he still love us? That's the
That
point.
doesn't count.
I don't know if I haven't quite.
You know that
I don't know if
I'm
it's.
co-hosting a show with you later today, Jeff. So maybe
Yeah.
consider
So we got-
I mean, you're already
I have to consider. Yes, I have to consider my options carefully on this.
you're also already on Amanda's hit list. Do you
Is she?
want to report her before she kills you? Is the question.
You said no. What are you talking about?
You want to report to him before you kill him.
That's the bit. You can wind her up as much as you want now. You've got several hours where you can basically do whatever you want.
Why do you hate me, Dave?
He hates everyone. Dave's so hateful.
No. I've just got a stick and I like to poke people.
Yesterday he was like all loving and sweet. Now he's hateful, huh?
I don't think MathPig will like you poking Amanda with your stick.
I was just gonna say.
That's the fact. That's the thanks you and MathPig give for hosting him his birthday party the other day, man. You know.
Oh.
He was fucking terrified beforehand. So
Oh, that's adorable.
it's adorable.
Aw.
It is. It's so cute.
Sammy says, if you search for a certain chocolate bar in Australia, you get interesting results. It's a good chocolate, though, the Twinkie.
I thought that was a sponge
Oh
cake.
my god.
Apparently for everywhere else but there.
Well, apparently it's a chocolate bar. Yeah, but I always thought that was like a
It's-
sponge cake.
It's
kind
just
of thing.
great to find somewhere other than the US that calls something completely different.
Twinkie.
Yeah, Twinkie has no fucking chocolate in it.
Actually, you can get chocolate-filled ones.
Yes, you can.
Just
You know what I mean? The basic Twinkie.
Get chocolate-filled
Yeah,
I've
Twinks,
never
too.
even eaten a Twinkie. I don't even know what they taste like.
Back, Dave.
Basically, someone decided to put chocolate in a Twinkie just to see if they could make them any more unhealthy than they already were.
Oh, you know what? Actually, Angel brought home a box of chocolate-covered Twinkies the other day. He has yet to share those with me, though. So he's kind of a dick.
Bastard.
Ike says, but yeah, fucking point, I was like 17 and searching for a
called,
bio report.
Manta, are they called Twinkie Jesuses?
No.
Can't type. Where are we up to?
Ever.
But what was the fucking question, anyway?
What is the most innocent search term you've used that's resulted in porn?
Okay, yeah. Dave, answer the question.
Well, not everyone here has answered yet. MathPig!
Can't think of anything that I've typed in and got that, to be desperately honest.
You see, I can't think of anything that I've
Same.
typed in and not got porn back.
No, but that's because your algorithm is just generally porn for everything, Dave. Like.
What's the most innocent
Right.
thing that you started not wanting porn and got porn?
No, but if
I
you
was trying
want
to help-
porn, you go to a porn website or something, you know.
I was trying to
I'm not
help.
gonna
I was
Google
trying to help
porn
someone on Reddit yesterday, and all I could find was porn.
It's kind of reminds me. I mean, I know the show is not great, but there was a very good joke in The Big Bang Theory once, where they had to go and like teach science.
There's
to
no
a
such
group of-
thing as a very good joke in the Big Bang Theory.
Oh, there are
Oh,
lots
no,
of
this
very
one
good
was- this
jokes in
one-
the Big
this
Bang
one was
Theory.
bad.
That's
The whole
always
thing
shit.
is
One was
hilarious.
about- hear me out, then you can judge. But they had to go and teach science to a group of schoolgirls or whatever, and they're trying to make it interesting. Sheldon's like, maybe I don't know how to make this interesting. He goes on Google and starts typing out loud and says, "How do I make teenage girls excited?" And the rest of them like, no.
Yeah, no, don't search that. Yep.
No, they're gonna get arrested.
Yeah, because you're. I'm not gonna say shit. I don't want to fuck it up. Dave. Now
You
can
don't want to
answer?
admit that there are funny bits, even
No,
if you
there
hate the
aren't.
show.
That's fucking ridiculous. As smart. I don't give it.
Bazinga.
What?
Bazinga.
I know. I just want to hear Amanda rant about how much she hates Big Bang Theory.
Yes.
I love that show.
Works in that field anyway. So fuck off.
I kind of liked it for a while, and then like a lot of things, it outstayed its welcome by a long stretch.
Has
I could
everyone
watch-
answered?
I did watch it, but I couldn't watch the reruns. I watched it as it came out, but it doesn't have replay value. Like,
It doesn't have first play value. It's
Whoa,
fucking
sorry.
garbage.
I've got to respond to this. Like someone said in the chat, they make deep fried Twinkies.
They do.
Yeah.
Georgia.
God,
You go to the
that's-
fair,
yeah.
you get deep fried Twinkies.
Do you understand that
Yes.
they have deep fried butter at fairs in Wisconsin?
They have deep fried
that-
why?
Oreos. They have
No.
deep
Is
fried
that-
everything.
Hold on.
go to Scotland.
Is that
with
worth-
deep fried
America?
Mars bars.
Yeah, I was going to say, now, is that worse than deep
America.
fried cream eggs and Mars bars, though?
Yes.
It's butter.
Considerably
It's not- yeah.
worse.
It's a hunk of butter, and they just deep fry it, and then people eat it.
Would
So
you
the
eat a
thing
hunk of
about
butter
that was-
without?
So the thing about that was whenever Paula Dean was big, she talked about deep frying some butter balls, and people, oh, turkeys, no, balls of butter.
Yes.
That's
Insane.
not good for your cholesterol.
Your country is completely fucked. You know that.
Oh no, we know.
Dave, something. Well, I
Are
will
you
say
just
something.
gonna
know.
put that out?
There was
Dave.
there was a stall on a Christmas market here in Southampton that was selling deep fried cookie dough, and I just
But at
thinking
least that's got something to it.
That sounds good.
yeah, a heart attack and
That
diabetes.
sounds good.
Yeah, it's better than butter.
Well, they'll deep fry anything
Yeah, a
at
hunk
a
of
fair.
butter.
Sorry, hold on. A heart attack and pure diabetes is better than butter.
Hey, I'm from Georgia's diabetes. Get it right.
Get it right. Right.
Or sugar.
Oh, you
I got
can.
the sugar.
Never mind.
I got the sugars.
Moving
Next
on.
question.
Moving on.
Question 817.
Right.
Moving on.
What?
Right.
Wait, sir, did you not answer?
I did, I think.
Okay.
Yes.
I thought.
Did Dave
Thought
answer?
so.
We all answered.
Yes.
Dave said he didn't know.
Except Dave. Yeah.
No. Dave said everything.
Dave, no matter what Dave searches, porn comes up.
Question 817. Would marriage contracts work better if they had a fixed term with the option to renew/renegotiate? And how might this change relationships?
Treats it more like
God,
a
that's
business than it does
awesome.
really.
Yes.
Yeah, if you have to renew every 5, I can see some benefits to it.
I mean, most other contracts you kind of do, so why the fuck not? And also, that would make my job so much easier. Oh my Jesus.
The fact. I mean, maybe I'm being a bit cynical about these things, but generally, people tell me they've been, I mean, it's good. There's always going to be a sort of thing where it kind of somewhat fades naturally in some respects anyway over time, even if you have a really, really strong bond with that person. But I don't think it'd be harmful to have like a 5 or 10 year kind of thing on marriage contracts. I don't think it'd be hard. But then it does kind of then you do have to then take into account things of, say, if there's a child come into the equation since you signed the contract kind of thing, you don't want to renew. Those are things you've got to consider, I think.
Yeah. I mean, Ike says yes. Computer Chip Productions, I'm not married, so next question. But you might be one day. Aunt Jer said, sounds good to me. Nerdy says, sounds good. I've never been married and don't plan to, so whatever. Seraphim says that. Seraphim, you can say it.
Someone was talking at the time, so I didn't want to interrupt. I never plan to get married, and also with how shitty people are to their spouses or ex-spouses at my work, I plan to never ever get married. People will call and remove their spouse's vehicle and hope their spouse gets into an accident and it's not covered.
See, I've never been married legally. I've never been married in a legal sense in terms of signing a contract. Now, I had a kind of like ceremonial sort of thing, like the old pagan hand fasting kind of thing with my ex. But we were never legally married, though. For about a year before it all fucking went tits up. We were kind of, referred to each other as husband and wife, for about a year, even though, we weren't legally speaking that.
You see, when you get married, it's a life decision. It's not a business. Understandably, there's a contract and things that have to be signed because, we have houses. And
Here's the thing: is virtually no marriage lasts life.
Right. This is the point I'm trying to get to. It's not that they should have a time to renew, whatever, but definitely make it easier to, if you want to have a divorce, have a divorce. Everybody's time limit is different. Everybody's, some people can be together 30 years, some people together 15, some people can be together 1 and hate each other.
Yes. But my point is, if you have a fixed review time, I think people will try and... I think it would encourage people to try and stay together till that review rather than getting a divorce straight away. And it will make people put their
then again,
everything
is that really positive either? Like, just because... I mean,
People already
if
do that, though.
if it's not gonna work, it's not gonna work.
No, that's not necessarily the case. We're
know,
human. We're it's complicated.
People already do that, though. They stay together until their kids get out of the house or their kids go to college, and that's not the best thing.
Or because if there's like religion involved or something, it's like they've taken a sacred vow or whatever, even if they're unhappy for like the last 40, 50 years of their lives, they're going to stay in that because of
yes,
they think it's some sort of sacred pact or whatever. Whereas perhaps if it, where it's if you could just sort of say, and then again, if you look at it from the financially, from whatever side of the partnership, someone's always coming off worse of a divorce settlement.
Yes, well, this is the reason I think that you would have this. Yeah. And the problem is, so many people go into a marriage with idealistic insanity, I would say.
Yeah.
Marriages are for the cake anyway, so...
Well, Sammy says, I think marriage is antiquated and more ceremonial. I like the idea of a big wedding/party and perhaps a committing ceremony.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Well, it's like people I know that never been to blooming church, never been to church in their life, whatever, but want a wedding in a church. I don't get it. But they want the idea of the ceremony and all that sort of stuff, but
yeah, Ike says
there's other options,
Yeah, abuse happens, physical, psychological, emotional, etc. When a bad marriage can't/won't end, this is irrespective of sex, gender. Bad relationships ultimately harm many people. Right. B.
The only thing I agree with MathPig, except the only problem I have with that line of reasoning is that's how the church has dictated marriage. So, it doesn't necessarily have to be for life.
No.
Things change, people change.
Okay. I've got to add a comment here.
So in that manner, hold on. In that manner, I think it's good, but in every other manner that everybody mentioned, I agree it's bad. Because how it affects the livelihood of the family as a whole.
Is it odd that the church are the only people that have a contract that is till death do us part, and yet they're also offering something after death?
I'm glad I'm not the only person who wondered that.
Good point.
I got so much trouble asking that when I was in church.
Good point, Dave. Yeah, why
Anyway.
death do us part? But if there's a heaven after, then you're not going to part anyways. Temporary.
Yeah.
So, good point.
Right. Before we move on to the next question, we have to congratulate the Lone Wanderer for doing their citizenship stuff. Just filed the paperwork, paid for her citizenship. They are years behind, but feels accomplished. She'll get it.
Yay!
Right, next question. Question 818. What recent achievement would you like recognition for?
I didn't stab someone in the face today or scream at my customers. Thank you.
Manda. You haven't murdered your son.
I was gonna say, my kid is still alive, so.
Yeah,
Yep,
we're so proud of you, Amanda. So proud of you.
Thank you.
Beth.
Today? Or like very recently, or what?
Very recently. Last few weeks, baby.
Just so I got a promotion a few days ago, and I got shit for money with it, and I'm very proud of myself for not walking out of the place because I bust my ass there and do way more than most people, and really thought going from up into higher management was going to be more pay, but not really. So the fact that I haven't walked out the door yet is amazing.
MathPig.
Give me a shout in 4 hours, 5 hours after I set Grumpy Old Dude up on OBS. We'll see how that goes.
There you go. Art says singing a song on Dave's birthday bash. That's the best happy birthday anyone has got. Oh, you know what else I got? I got Eric to sing me happy birthday without it getting fucked up.
The weird thing was that he thanked me for that, so like more than once.
That's weird.
I know.
Grumpy says getting over 150 subs. Thank you all. Antjer says washing my hair without bruising a rib. Is that normally a risk?
That sounds dangerous.
It does. Is Jeff not back? So we'll have to skip him. My wife and I are in a better place today than before the lockdown. That's quite cool.
Does that mean they got to leave the house?
Oh.
Does that mean they got to leave their house? No, it means they got trapped in until they had nothing else to do but shag each other senseless.
Ah.
Got it all out of their system.
Right, we'll go to the next question. Question 819. Excluding anything... I can't type. Excluding anything religious. What is the most...
Or excluding?
Excluding. Okay, so you can't include anything from any of the other religions or... Right, so excluding anything religious, what is the most stupid idea you held as a child that no one corrected for a long time?
I've had something very similar to this before.
I was thinking that.
Yeah. I'm just gonna give the same fucking answer. Nobody remembers what I say anyway.
That's alright, what was your answer?
My brother had told me that his radio alarm clock, the play button, if you pressed it, would blow up the world. So I believed that for like months.
That's adorable.
My brother's an asshole.
He is an asshole, but that's adorable.
I believe for months. Well, I don't know. I mean, I was really small. I was like 6 years old. It felt like 6 months. It was probably like 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah. But I believe that I was adopted because one of my brothers told me I was adopted. And the conversation went like this: "You're adopted." "No, I'm not." "Yes, you are." How why do you think you look so much like our older sister?" "It's because mom went and found a baby that looked just like her, so you wouldn't know you were adopted." But don't say anything to mom because it'll really upset her. She doesn't want you to know. So for weeks, I'm like walking around weeping and sad and just miserable because I've been adopted and I don't know who my real parents are. And finally my mom said, "Okay, you've been moping around for weeks. What happened?" I told her. She said, "Honey, you're not adopted. I clearly remember giving birth to you and bringing you home from the hospital." And I said, "Are you sure, Mom?" She said, "I am sure." And I went to walk away and I heard her yell, "Keel, Andrew, get your ass in here right now."
That's brilliant.
So, yeah, he got his ass beat for that one.
Oh, good. Ed says that men don't cry. Donna says, my brother and sister convinced me I should poo out of my front bottom when I was like 5. I got so upset I had to ask my mum if there was something wrong with me. That's quite cool. And that the word sidetracked was pronounced sidetracked. Art, that I was going to get old, fat and bald. You're never going to get old, fat and bald. Well, you're going to get old. We can't stop that. Sammy says, I thought until my 30s that diuretics cause diarrhea. Jeff?
Okay. This is bad ideas we had held as kids, right?
Yeah, but no one corrected.
Okay. And would being a child include teenage years?
Yeah.
And I'll say this is a serious answer. From childhood into my early to mid-20s, I held some pretty racist beliefs, which I am not proud of. And yeah, that would be the most stupid fucking thing I ever thought.
Did no one try and correct them?
They did. It took, but like a lot of these things, it takes a while to get you out of stupid fucking ideas.
IQ says a real man ... Pretty much anything. Sarah.
I used to love clam chowder soup when I was little, and my mom would put ice cubes in it, and I was convinced that the ice cubes turned into potatoes.
I like that. It is.
Well, by the way, Dave, I didn't get back in time, but I did have an answer to your last question as well, and that was actually getting my one of my best mates to actually appear on a YouTube stream for me. I've been trying. He said he could never do that for ages, and I finally got him to do that the other day.
Excellent. Was that him? Was that your co-host?
Yeah, Mark. Yes, my best mate.
Excellent. MathPig.
Oh, mine's really stupid. You're all gonna fucking laugh at me, like.
You were a kid, weren't you? That's the point.
Well, very young age, yes, but I thought that a booby trap was big metal breasts that would catch people and trap them.
Oh, that's adorable!
It is.
A little.
And Beth likes this idea.
Little do you know when you finally meet Manda face to face.
Yeah.
And you need that dress in the drawing that I sent you. You need that dress so badly now.
I do. Yes.
The Lone Wanderer said,
Similar.
I was swapped from a family of Taiwanese acrobats for a goat. My mother told me that and it ruined me. That's evil.
That is horrible.
Ed says, I made my little brother believe the world was black and white until they invented colour in the 60s.
That was a movie. That was a good movie.
No wonder I spent my childhood searching for the Taiwanese acrobats. That's both hilarious and so tragic. Art says ice cubes do turn into potatoes. And Nerdy for some reason says nipple clamps. I have no idea why.
Nerdy. Do you need
It's dirty.
Because it's nerdy.
Is this fan fiction
Or he's
related
saying
again?
that's what a booby trap is. A booby trap is nipple clamps.
Nipple clamp.
Yeah.
Antje, if you follow all the rules, you get everything you ever wanted. Meaning all the religious rules like abstinence, no drinks, no drugs, love God, etc. The prize was supposed to be, and there's going to be another extra bit to that. Should have waited.
Wasn't this technically excluding religion, though?
It was, but the point was about. The point was not so much about the any religious stuff.
Religion
about
itself, just
the rules.
Some of the rules,
and the rules your parents give you. You be good. Do you know what? I would go that you can trust the police, or the police are genuinely looking out for you. Yeah,
okay. That could be a long debate, Dave.
I raised my son right on that in that regard. Not only with the song that I used to sing to him as a baby, but also I have drilled it into his head that you never fucking talk to them. Keep your mouth shut. Get a lawyer. I have made sure. Yeah.
Manda,
so my kid knows better.
Manda, you do know what a British nickname for the police is, don't you?
Which one?
What?
The filth.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not saying there aren't good police out there. I'm sure there are.
Of course, there's good police.
Oh, there are. That's not the point.
Never met one.
Yeah, that could be. That could be a whole long
yes.
There, I think.
Yeah. Nope.
Oh.
Moving on.
I've lost that. At the end of Aunt Jer says, a happy marriage, kids, a happy life. I followed all the rules and got nothing. And that's the problem.
They didn't even get a t-shirt.
Didn't even get a t-shirt. No.
Oh,
Exactly.
that's actually probably the biggest myth you believe going into adulthood. If you work really, really hard,
Yeah.
eventually it'll all pay off for you. Bullshit.
Yeah, we were talking about that on the last stream. The fact that
Yeah.
you get told that, but the opportunities aren't there.
Joan.
So, and society makes it like that. They don't give you the opportunities, but when you fail, they say it's because you didn't try hard enough.
Yes.
It doesn't matter if you did everything
if-
perfectly
if-
fucking
if-
right.
There was always. I
It's
mean,
our
I
fault.
don't really like arguments by meme a lot, but there's one meme a few years ago that I thought was very good though for doing that, and that's and it was showing like women in Africa who have to walk 5 or 6 miles a day just to get a glass of water for their kids, and it said so technically if hard work is what makes you rich, women in Africa should all be billionaires.
Joan says, then I believed until my 30s that politicians had our best interests in mind.
So you to your 30s to figure that out.
I think you're distracted more than anything else as you come through your 20s and you've got energy. Computer chip productions, fuck that. I was told, work hard, it will pay off. Go to college, been working since I was 15. Now here I am, furlonged due to the virus.
Exactly the same situation. Yeah, I've been working since before I even got a national insurance number. I got my first job at 11. And yeah.
Right, moving on. Question 820. Don't make B spit. Question 820. What is the most embarrassing thing that you have had to explain to a clueless figure of authority and or respect?
My sweating problem I had to explain to the general manager when I went and asked for more fucking work uniforms than what was designated. That wasn't a nice conversation, but
There's something, Dave, that I don't feel comfortable even talking about it. So it's just, if you don't mind, I'll sit this question out.
That's okay. Have you got anything else? that's not as bad.
No, but yeah, there is something. It's personally embarrassing to me that I've had to explain to employers, and let's just say it's to do with my medical condition, and that's all
Fair
I'm willing
enough.
to say on it.
I'll tell you what mine is, and mine's stupid. We had a very, very pompous IT manager, and he could not format a disk. And he sat there for half an hour trying to find instructions on how to format this. And this is this is pre-internet. Okay, so he couldn't just go and look it up. And he sat there and he's looking through manuals and he's just sitting there and he starts mumbling about. I said, "Do you want to format a disk? You just do this." And I just loved it. I was fucking beaming. I was very young. Manda.
Amanda,
I'm here. I'm fucking thinking.
sorry, I thought you didn't hear. Sorry.
No, that's why I was looking up. My thinking, my pensive face.
Pensive, yes.
Probably.
Dum 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 dum.
I had
dum,
to
dum.
explain to someone that women don't pee out of their vaginas. That was the fact that adult men don't understand that. Actually, I've met adult women who don't fucking know that. So,
There's a lot of people that do not know that.
yeah. that was an awkward conversation.
Was that
You
mostly
really
in
need
Georgia?
to get out of the South, honey.
It's like, was that mostly in Georgia? Because in Georgia, or from my school, the sex education was, this is how plants reproduce. Don't have sex.
Don't have sex.
Yeah, this is how plants reproduce. Don't have sex.
Don't worry. You don't need to know how it works. The man will know.
Oh, no. See, not even that. Like, They had us all in the same classroom, and they told us don't have sex because God doesn't want you to have sex, and you'll figure it out once you get married.
But the Bible says you're meant to go and have sex. Lots and lots of sex.
They don't listen to that part of the Bible.
Procreate.
But it's only in marriage, and teenagers can't get married.
Exactly. Well,
Unless their parents let them and get married to like 40-year-old fucking.
and usually those are shotgun weddings.
You've seen some of the age people got married in biblical times.
You had to get married early, or you died off.
Yeah.
There are people here that do use that as an excuse to marry young women. Like I know someone who married a 16-year-old because that's how it was done in the Bible. But you know.
Yeah,
we were looking up things about marriage laws and about we're looking up drinking laws in the States. And this is how depressing it is, right? Because most of the states, or lots of the states, have drinking laws that explicitly allow you to drink if your spouse says so, if you're underage.
There's a lot of laws in the States that are if your spouse says so, but they're usually aimed for women, unfortunately.
And I bet I'm willing to, and again, not that I'm going to make a big defense of Islam here. I bet they're the same sort of people who will defend those laws, who are the same sort of people who will criticize Muslims for Prophet Muhammad having an underage bride.
Exactly, they would.
Yeah. They got such a fucking double standard of them. That's like even in or they're just too lazy to read their own fucking history, or any history in general whatsoever of that period.
Yes.
Because let's just say young children in Europe were getting married off at similar sort of ages at the time.
The Lone Wanderer says the Naruto run, which I have absolutely no idea what that is.
It's the fucking stupid run with your hands sort of behind you when you run. You've seen it in anime.
Oh yes, I know exactly. Yeah, okay. Computer chip
fucking stupid.
Computer chip production says there was an IT manager that didn't know how to install a service pack on a computer. Lone Wanderer says I have so many. Donna says, Momma Atheist, so many times I've had to explain to student nurses that there are 2 holes. They say, I didn't think you're ready to catheterize someone. Oh, I said, I don't think you're ready to catheterize someone. Where the fuck are they going? Oh, it's going to hurt to do it wrong.
No, actually, it hurts more if they do it right.
Yeah, it hurts more if they do it right.
I never minded having a catheter.
I was going to say.
Well, I never minded having a catheter
Vagina
removed.
versus
I was
urethra.
under when it was inserted. I've no idea whether or not it was painful going in.
You've seen a catheter versus
Same.
a tampon? Like, there's a big difference. We're fine with that shit, so, you know, same. Dave doesn't understand vaginas.
Yay! Education!
No, but my point is I imagine that doesn't get pokey.
Neither do I. Neither do I. Neither do I. That's why I'm single.
That's what I think.
Remember,
fair-
Dave, we don't want this to become an educational stream now.
I know. Not allowed.
Are we gonna,
no.
give everyone like a map to where the clit is or something?
It's not fucking hard.
What's
Apparently it is, sweetie. Apparently it is.
It's not the
Technically
clit
speaking,
that is the problem. It's not the clit that guys have problem finding.
Hold on, guys. We have not had the parents' permission slips back from the live chat yet to give sex education. Okay, so.
That's true.
So we'll continue with the information that we have, which is that clit doesn't exist.
All right, so class, this is how plants reproduce. Don't have sex.
Okay.
This is how that's. The only thing Joan says, the only thing I can think of is telling a teacher in high school that I really am mixed, even if she doesn't show. Oh, this was the other one. The doctor had to explain DNA to my mother when she tried to reject me because I did not have dark skin. From the Lone Wanderer. Sammy says, the most embarrassing thing I had to say growing up was that I was a Jehovah's Witness, which was why I wasn't saluting the flag, singing the national anthem, voting, etc. That's evil.
I'm not going to obviously defend the JWs, but on the other hand, I wouldn't salute the flag or sing the national anthem anyway. So
that's because you're a
because I'm a fucking Say that, just say I'm a fucking commie.
I was tempted.
I got called one before school, or I got told I was the least American person that half some of my teachers have ever met. I'm like, that's great, thank you.
Crafty says that's not nearly as bad as the Irish system used to give. Lol, look that shit up. It's one of those things where, okay, I'm going to touch on sex education here. I really think kids should be given a little fucking mirror at some point. Just fucking go work some stuff out and ask questions.
I mean,
you're allowed to have a look.
But they're told that they shouldn't. That's a no-no spot, and no one should ever see that.
I actually almost felt bad for the first teacher I had who gave me the SE lesson. He was clearly embarrassed by the whole thing, and it's like he should not have been giving those lessons because he just was not. He clearly was uncomfortable with it, and he was trying not to go like red in the face when he said words like penis and whatever. And I'm like,
well, the thing was.
We thought. Now I'm going to say, as a kid, we thought that was hilarious that he clearly didn't know what he was talking about. But looking back on it, you kind of feel, this is the person supposed to teach us.
Mm.
And obviously, he's in that position where and it's not necessarily something on him, but he's obviously not been educated enough himself to give those lessons. And he's trying to teach us. It's like,
oh yeah.
I mean, okay, I think it's got better here since I was at school, but yeah, there's some fucking pretty awful sex education. But I mean, obviously not as bad as it is in the United States, but it was bad either way you look at it.
Yeah. Beth. Oh, go on.
Wait. My first sex education class was led by our gym coach. And
that gym coach. Wait, that gym coach.
No, that's not. I mean, my gym coach. It was later sex education class with that gym coach.
Ours was too. Yeah.
This is where the contortionism thing came into effect, was it?
Ours was not even mandatory.
But no, it was mandatory in our school, but we were Connecticut, so. The first class, he had us all write down a question on a slip of paper, and he decided to read them off. So he's just like sitting there reading through them, and they're fucking ridiculous. When he gets to one that's like, how does that big thing fit in that little hole? Like, it was hilarious because he was super embarrassed, and he had been our gym coach for like fucking years, so it was weird. But that just reminded me. Just that. Yeah, different gym coach, not gymnastics coach.
Actually, Amanda, there was very similar very similar exercise that was done in my school around that, and people would ask the most ridiculous fucking questions, and it'd be, and you know, they weren't necessarily even on like the act of sex itself, but on like someone asked something about relating mildly to BDSM or something like that, and which the teacher was clearly not fucking qualified to deal with. But all jokes aside, all joking aside about that, but even things like, you know, kinks and fetishes, at some level, I think that people need educating on that in a way, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm being dead serious on that. I mean, you know, and I'm not expecting, you know, to get like an encyclopedic knowledge of it when you're at school, but maybe, I mean, you know, that's something again.
The problem
is that is something.
No, the problem you have is religion at every level here. Because if you give them the resources that they can answer the questions, it means they've got to have a book that they can study, that is written by the government, that outlines details, and that will then be called a manual. All right, and religions will then turn around and say, the government has got a sex manual they are teaching to children.
Not even
why they gotta be a manual anyway, huh?
Dave, not even the churches and that in this country. It'd be the fucking Daily Mail and the Sun who just do that.
Oh yeah,
sensational shit.
Then
religion can come in on it and start going mad.
Okay, Lone Wanderer says, has anyone ever wondered why it's usually the PE teacher that's the sex ed teacher? Definitely are in
no, because they're at the bottom of the totem pole of education.
Well, I think they just got the
Yeah, no,
time.
Like, do it.
But the thing about my schools is it was not mandatory, so you could actually opt out of it. The only person that opted out of it was my cousin, who's Mormon, and they made her go to the library and copy down the dictionary as punishment for missing sex ed.
That's evil. Right, although the sex ed was probably really shit sex ed.
It was, once again, this is how plants reproduce, no sex.
That's not to be missed. Right, the Lone Wanderer says, okay, someone educate me. What's the difference between a kink and a fetish, or are they interchangeable? Greg? Jeff!
Don't ask me to educate you on this shit, just because I make the suggestion. Because I'm just saying maybe that should be possibly explained to a certain degree at a younger, and because most people have them on some level or another, and and there is a certain shame. Sometimes you're just shamed for having these kind of ideas that and I'm not saying that you should have blooming lessons on fucking, I don't know, but you don't have school lessons on BDSM or some shit like. No, I'm not saying.
But safety in BDSM is important.
Yeah,
I mean, having lessons on how to tie people up correctly might be a good thing.
Okay, yeah, but not necessarily mandatory for the curriculum. What I'm just saying is maybe some of these things, like psychological things or whatever you go through, that leads you to these things. People have to figure this stuff out on their own a lot of the time, and they don't know how to deal with it a lot of the time. And I think maybe that's something that, and I'm not saying it has to be like a deep kind of thing, but just maybe a basic kind of introduction. So just so people aren't necessarily ashamed of something that they feel they have to be ashamed of. You get what I'm saying?
If nothing else, I think they should at least teach that you need a safe word, because even with just I'm gonna explain how horrible I am. Even with vanilla sex, you need to have a safe word, because sometimes people aren't into it anymore.
Yeah, well,
what's vanilla sex? What's vanilla sex?
Vanilla sex is just plain old missionary sex. It doesn't involve any kinks. It doesn't involve any fetishes. It's just plain sex.
Ew.
Vanilla.
You're weird.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
am I weird for knowing what vanilla sex is, or am I weird for not doing vanilla sex? That's the question.
Yeah, I mean, it, because into certain things like that, yes, like anything along certain lines, there's got to be a certain amount of trust as well as consent, especially when you are putting yourself in a position where you really are giving your body over to another person. But I mean, we're going off on a whole different tangent.
I was going to say, we really need to drag this back and get an answer to the actual question from B, and then we can move on.
Yeah, let B answer this question, because I think I've rattled on about this enough.
Beth.
I don't. What was the? Oh, the original question was confessing something to somebody important, right?
And what is the most embarrassing thing you've had to explain to a clueless figure of authority and/or respect?
I don't know, man. If something comes to my mind, I just say it. I don't know how many times I don't know. I don't know if I have an answer for that. I know I had a boss that I was working for this guy. I was managing a store for him, and when I came out, and so I chopped all my hair off, and he kept calling me Butch for like days. And I said, oh, so you finally figured it out. And then 2 days after that, I was fired. Because the excuse was I'm too brash.
Uh-huh.
I'm too harsh.
Brash.
It's an interesting way. That's
This
an interesting excuse to get fired from.
Right, and this from a guy who used to walk into my office because he owned several locations in the area, and he would walk into my office and walk up behind me and like touch my back. Right.
Oh God, I wish you lived in the UK. I really do think take that fucking arsehole to an employment tribunal.
Oh, it's better you can turn around and punch him, get him to sack you, and then take him to a tribunal.
Just on what he said there, if you could back that up, and you'd walk out well. Let's just put it that way.
Right. Second to last question. Question 821. Would you rather empty a swimming pool using just a fork, or get in a swimming pool for half an hour with the jellyfish?
Well, considering that you can't really empty a pool with a fork.
Of course you could.
It just take
Get
a
in the
really
pool
long
with
time.
jellyfish.
You
At least I
get one
can
of those.
avoid it.
If it's one of those plastic pools, like even the big, they have big ones that are just fucking punch a hole inside.
Hold on. Are we talking about like?
I like how you think.
Are we talking about like a deadly jellyfish kind of thing?
Yes, we are talking about a deadly jellyfish.
We're talking one jellyfish.
Yes. Quite a big one.
Jellyfish don't tend to move very much. It would be really easy to sit on one side of the pool and not get fucked with. As long as they're
How big is the pool?
Oh, Dave, the big ones generally ain't the ones. It's like scorpions. The big ones aren't necessarily the ones that kill you.
Like the Portuguese man of war, the box jellyfish.
But you can
how big is the
technically
pool?
avoid one.
Yeah.
How big is the pool?
The pool
like
is a
kiddie
standard
pool?
back.
Is it like plastic side, or is it like an in-ground decent sized pool?
It's an in-ground decent size. It's not an Olympic size.
No,
it's
I'll
a
just
big.
sit there with the jellyfish for 30 minutes. I can just avoid
Okay,
them.
so we say like school size pool.
Half the size of that. It's a backyard pool, but it's a proper backyard
You could
pool.
still avoid it for half an hour, technically. I think.
Listen to Manda.
Who's Manda?
Jellyfish don't move a lot on their own. They move with the currents.
Yes.
So you could just sit on the other side of the fucking pool. Not be a problem. That being said, I have been stung by jellyfish and it fucking hurts for a while. Not as bad as a bark scorpion though. That hurt worse.
Did you not get anyone to pee on it?
It gets, you know that's bullshit, and I know you know that's bullshit. So.
We were told earlier we're not allowed to talk about kinks and fetishes, so you might not.
MathPig has finally revealed that he does actually have a kink.
Exactly.
I'm saying absolutely nothing.
Well, Dave, you unveiled your kink like several months ago when you mentioned spit roasting MathPig.
Nobody has any idea what my kinks are. That's the funny thing.
I do. I know
you
some
don't.
of them. Bullshit.
I hardly doubt it. In fact, there is there's someone that knows, actually.
And nobody knows any of mine, and I'm keeping it that way.
Okay.
Do you have any kinks?
I'm not saying.
I definitely think we should have a special episode where we get Kaz on someday. We've lots of questions that we want to ask.
I adore Kaz.
Fuck you. Right.
If Dave's got a fetish, it's the Tigger fetish.
It's a Tigger fetish.
Yes,
I
bouncing
need a
a lot.
suit. The wonderful thing about
Now the
Tigger-
question is the suit, is it a fur suit? Is it a leather suit? Is it a leather suit? That is the question.
Right. Yandir says fork. Ed. Oh, excuse me. Ed says jellyfish. Jones says jellyfish. Harmonica Man says jellyfish. Hans says jellyfish. The other will take forever. Yandir says I'm not a masochist. Fork it. And Joe says jellyfish. I could try to keep swimming away from it. I have a medic nearby with the antidote. Jones says I agree with Manda. You need someone to pee on you. They're back to that again. Hans says jellyfish. Spooky says how big is the fork? I'll give you a fork that's I'll give you one that's twice as big as your normal fork. Yandir says Dave has a yoga ball kink. I really don't. Nerdy says bouncing kink. Jones says I'd like to know Dave.
What would you like to know about Dave? No one wants to know anything about Dave.
They just want to know Dave. That's all. They just want to know you.
Fucking fascinating. Are you kidding me? Holy
Me?
shit. Yes.
How is dildo a fetish?
Your boyfriend's here too, honey.
Careful, you're gonna make MathPig jealous.
I know most everything about you, though. I'm still learning about
Get out
Dave.
on a poor grumpy old dude, and it'll be just so horrible.
What size sock does he take?
He wears a size 10 shoe, so whatever the fuck that is. I don't buy men's socks. I'm sorry. Do they come in sizes other than small, medium, and large in the UK?
Raising Manda.
Shut up now. Moving on. Fucking get this.
Moving on.
I wasn't referring to what you're thinking of. Right. Sammy says jellyfish. Music Collector says Dave is a dildo. Is dildo one of your fetishes? I've no idea.
Hey, Dave.
No idea what you're talking about.
Dave,
What?
Dave, what'd you
What?
get for your birthday?
What did I get for my birthday? Lots of things. I got this. Look at that. Look at that. I got a little octopus.
That is so cute.
Do you have a mascot now?
What? No.
Oh.
I got loads of soft toys. I like soft toys. Grumpy old dude says, "Can we fork the jellyfish?" No, you haven't got a, you haven't got a fork if you're swimming with a jellyfish.
Those are so cute. Oh my god.
They're my
Oh, see,
dolls,
now I've got to
Dave.
go. I'm gonna have to show you my red thing, which I really like.
She got me that one last year, and then she got me this one this year.
Aww.
I have a unicorn that I crocheted. He's my desk partner. I named him Einstein.
Einstein.
Yes, because I've tried to put hair on him, and the yarn that I use for the hair is like white and fluffy. So Einstein.
Fair enough.
Touche.
Right.
Sorry, I have issues.
What was? I've forgotten what all your answers were. Amanda, you're gonna swim with the jellyfish, aren't you?
Yeah.
MathPig.
Yeah, I'm going with jellyfish.
Sarah.
Jellyfish.
B.
Same.
Same. Everyone's jellyfishing. How terrible. Kids showing their toys now. Right, last question. Last question. 822. Would you rather drink soup out of a farmer's welly or a binman's sock?
What's a welly?
Welly boot. A Wellington boot.
It's like a rain boot, I guess.
Okay.
How do you not know what a welly boot is?
Because we don't fucking call it that here.
Feisty.
Okay. So out of a guy's welly boot, or what was the second part of that?
A binman's sock. A garbage man's sock.
God. I pass.
You know you've got to have one. Otherwise you'd never get to eat again.
Easily
That's
the bin
just for
man
soup.
sock.
I'll eat a steak and a potato. Fuck soup.
Easily a bin man sock. A
Bin man,
farmer's
why would you go
welly
for a
boot.
bin man's sock?
Why? Because I've smelt farmers and their welly boots are caked in year-old fucking cow shite. I'm not putting my mouth around that.
But that's at the bottom, not the top.
Oh no, man! The farmers that come into work are covered from head to toe in shite. They smell awful. You can
Yep.
freshen the room after them.
What kind
Sam-
of farmers are you hanging with, Dave, that does not have this shit everywhere?
Sammy
A
says
fake one.
gumboot. A big one. A big one. Andy says good God. Music Collector says neither. Nerdy says Americans don't wear Wellington boots. That's as crazy as not using a kettle. Grumpy old dude says neither. I'll dehydrate first. Lone Wanderer says Wellington rain shoes gumboots. Antjer says boot. Tony says what do you need a kettle for? Everyone knows tea is made in a microwave with tang. Right, do we ban him for that?
Yes. That's just fuck. I'm not even from England, and well, not directly, and that's just or the UK, and that's just fucked up. That's wrong.
Farmers here use work boots or cowboy boots. The cowboy boots is the equivalent, probably, isn't it? Cowboy boots waterproof?
No, what are you guys said rain boots? Rain boots are like the little slick rubber boots.
Yes,
but
they're
cowboy
Wellington boots.
Yeah, cowboy boots are like the kind that you see in like westerns and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, our version of that is like the muck boots or the what else do they call them? There's a brand name. Anyways, most people call them muck boots.
Yeah.
For like mucking out a stall, like shit
Yeah.
boots. Basically, what they are.
And they're always covered like from top to bottom in shit.
Mm.
I've worked on a farm before. I know this shit.
Okay, now I want to actually ask a question here regarding this. You're trying to drink soup. You're trying to drink soup. Now,
Yeah.
either option is not particularly good.
Yeah.
However,
Go home.
isn't the soup just going to leak and drip out of a sock and not out of a boot?
I think you'd have to. I think the sock. I think to drink it out the sock, I think you'd have to hold it above your head and kind of catch it coming through in your mouth.
No, you
Through the sock.
It's going to drip through the sock.
Yes.
Liquid.
Yes.
So logically, the only thing you could drink it from is the boot, where it's not going to. To answer the question in German, das Boot.
Boots. Nerdy says the socket will be less liquid. It'll just go everywhere before you get a mouthful. And Dia says boots. I'll need a beer after. Jones says Wellingtons are disgusting, even when not from a farmer. Give me the sock. Jones says leather boots aren't that disgusting and smelly.
Wellington boots are one of the best inventions we've ever made. I'm sorry.
Yes.
They are.
Amanda.
Dave,
It's your answer.
Fucking this question.
You have to. This is the first. I've never had so many people rebel on a question.
Fuck.
You never get to eat again. You will starve
I
to death.
barely eat anyway. Ask MathPig. How often do I eat?
Amanda, just say boot.
Fine.
Just say boot.
Fuck you. Moving on.
Just say boot.
Dave,
Let's go.
answer the fucking question.
MathPig.
If crackers were considered food, Manda eats all the time.
She's gonna hit you.
Okay.
Hey, wait
Oh,
a
you picked the
minute.
sock already.
No sex for you.
Crackers
I
off.
get called a cracker at work.
Oh, so yeah, then it works, B.
Or white bitch, whatever. Same difference.
And Jer says, this is all just so wrong. Sarah.
I'm gonna go with the boot.
You're gonna go with the boot. Beth.
I like it whoever make me do this shit.
I mean, the boot would be more practical. The first thing I thought of was all the liquid coming out of the sock. So yeah, that would suck. You wouldn't get shit for liquid again anyways. You'd have to like suck it out of the sock, and I'm fucking not doing that. So I'm gonna say I'm gonna take the boot and I'm gonna clean it first.
You're gonna
Moving
clean
on.
it first.
Well, nobody thought of that. They're just gonna pour
Yeah.
soup in the dirty ass
There we
boot. I'll
go.
just clean the fucking thing.
So what was your answer?
Dave, you
Sorry?
didn't specify that, did
No,
you?
no,
So-
no, I didn't. That was allowed. That was.
Yeah, there you go.
So what did Beth say? I was trying to look at the Wellington boots because
She's gonna go with the she's gonna go with the wellies, but
You've
she's
got to
gonna
go the
spend the
wellies.
time cleaning them first.
The wellies are more practical.
They're waterproof if you're lucky.
So
What are you gonna do if they're not
You
waterproof?
can't hold soup in a strainer.
Depends on the
They're
soup.
not waterproof. They're not very good Wellingtons.
No, but all Wellingtons become not waterproof at some point.
Well, just some longer than others, but if they're going to be a farmer's set, though, you've got to send their pretty decent pair.
True.
Elena's
And I
welly
think the
boots-
farmer's going to be pissed off that you're filling it up with soup.
Pair of Dunlops or something, I'm guessing.
Elena's welly boots are like grey with sparkles on them, and when she jumps, they light up at the bottom. She fucking loves her welly boots.
When you lose her in a lake, you'll just see these lights flashing at the bottom.
Oh, man, not this week, but it was.
Hey, you'll be able to
last
find her.
week. Last the week before, we were in the middle of the river, and it went that deep that the water went over the top of her boots, and she filled her boots with water, and she panicked a wee bit. So I lifted her up. I took one boot off and emptied the water out and put it on, and then I lifted the other boot, and when I was taking the other boot off, she shook the first boot off. It hit the river and started to float down the fucking river. I'm running down the river with the toddler chasing a welly boot.
There you go. Sammy says, in that case, I'll go clean the sock.
To fatherhood.
Yes. As although messy would be easier to clean the boot. Easier than cleaning the boot. Put the socks in the washing machine. I mean, they're still a pain in the arse to eat soup out of. If you're a farmer... Go on.
All your last questions are fucking stupid.
Yeah, that's the point.
Oh.
Amanda, this entire show is stupid, and we still keep coming back.
It entertains me.
Because it's a fun
I
kind of
know.
stupid.
Yeah.
Me more than anybody else. I am a masochist.
You're the best seat filler there is.
Yeah.
I'm fucking furniture, and you know it.
You're damn near just a co-host for him, really. He just needs to give it up. Give you the title.
No, Jeff is catching up.
You
I'm
can't be
catching
my
up,
co-host.
I'm not
My
inviting you
co-host.
on anymore, Jeff. I'm just asking.
I don't know if we would actually do them around the time that we did this one. So that way I can get off work first and then be in the show.
My title.
What the fuck did I just do?
Because
Jeff-
you're catching up with me. That's why.
Jeff has
Otherwise,
overtaken
I'm not
everyone
fucking-
else. Jeff has overtaken everyone else now.
I've
apart
been on
from you.
here. So I've been here more than anyone other than Manda. Oh
Yeah.
Jesus, Manda! I think you and we need to start like a support group or something.
Right?
Critical
Recovering.
Questions Anonymous.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Right. On that note, I would like to say thank you very much.
Unanimous is more like it.
That too, yeah.
This was a club. I say thank you very much to Manda, to Beth, to MathPig,
Like,
to Sarah, and to Jeff.
Okay.
Does anyone have anything on later?
Yes, I do. As a matter of fact, I see he's been in the chat today. 8 p.m. UK time, so just under 4 hours now. I have grumpy old dudes coming onto my channel for a chat, and I do have a very I have a gorgeous co-host who's agreed to join me for that as well.
You doing
Yeah,
that, Sarah?
That's very kind of you.
What?
You doing that? You doing something with Jeff?
I am.
No, it's
The fuck?
no, it's the lovely man. It's the lovely Manda. It's very kindly agreed on short notice. I might add to kind of co-host that with me tonight. That's 8 p.m. UK time. So what's that? 3 p.m. Eastern, I believe. Is that right?
I mean, there was that day that I completely forgot that I'd signed up for something and no one reminded me of it.
Do you know
I
what,
still
did you
have
find
no
out what
idea
it was?
Apparently it was your birthday bash and they moved it to the next day. So congratulations.
I have to run, so
Okay.
I'll be on
Thank you for
on
coming.
Jeff's later.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
bye.
Right. Also, in 15 minutes, Godless Granny has got a premiere.
Yep.
Cool.
Other than that, I'm going to say thank you to everyone in the chat. And we will see you tomorrow at the normal time. Bye.
Cool. All right. Bye.